Hi everybody. All right, y'all. All this is very new, so if there's any problems, don't hesitate to let me know. So my plans with these lives are to start a card and finish it completely on live. I won't work on this card outside of Friday's lives. So the first day I'm gonna go ahead and get all of the pieces cut. So I'm gonna get everything cut, and then the next live we'll work on like coloring the edges and everything like that. But I'm just gonna kind of walk you guys through my process and how I kind of do everything. Hi Corgi, how are you? Okay, thank you. All right, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is take everything that I consider like in the back. So his foot, I'm basically gonna follow the outline of like his foot. I'm gonna take this whole blade for this one, this arm, this back like wing, and then we're gonna come around and pull it down, and then I will work on like the second part of it. Cutting everything out takes a few hours. So I'm gonna attempt to get it all cut out today. But I will have, like, you can always go back and watch the live. Can you do a lip cup eventually? If everybody kind of like likes these, I guess we could start doing like polls and stuff for future cards. I kind of just grabbed like a simple card that I've done in the past for the first one. But I wouldn't see why I couldn't kind of get your guys' input on simple or like future ones, you know? I do have a canvas that I plan on putting like all of my pieces on to kind of keep track of them. I'll show you guys what that looks like as like everything progresses. Thank you, Captain Barnacle, for the 99 cents. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, thank you. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'll try to answer what I can. I'm gonna take chunks as I go so you guys can kind of see where we're at. Like in the process of this, y'all don't have to do this. My favorite Pokemon is Shelter. When I was a kid, I was more like a Vulpix fan. And then I slowly turned into Shelter being my favorite. What about you? What are we feeling? Jigglypuff is the best Pokemon of all time. The best of all time is crazy. The Nightcrow. I know which one you're talking about. It's not a bad choice. It being your favorite though, and you not remembering the name is kind of funny though. Die on that hill. I like to leave a little bit of this like top part, so when I put him back in the card, when I put him back in the card, his little wing will be able to sit like under the top frame. I probably should have cut the top card first. Usually I'll cut the top card first and I'll line it up with another card just so I know that the the top card and the back card like line up. The prints are the same. What car does he drive? Wait, what? Is there a way to translate chats? I don't know what your comment says. I'm sorry. If anybody can translate it, let me know. Serios. I don't know if I trust your translation. Let me know though. Let me know what it says. I'm not really gonna cut anything that doesn't need to be cut either. It's just a waste of time. He says I'm the best or something. Stop. I'm not sorry if that was loud. I'm not gonna take this wing yet. I'm gonna take this one on the second layer. If he's asking if you use 6 cards to make one 3D card, on average I use between 6 and 8. The least amount I've ever used is 4, and the most I've ever used is 10, I think. I don't know how to say that. I know. I'm hoping he knows what I'm saying, but I was close enough. I could be wrong though. We have him out. I'm gonna put him, I have like a little canvas to the side. I will pull like more pieces out of this card, but the first thing I want to do is get all of Scyther's pieces out. The next part I'm gonna take is like the main part of his body. I'm questioning now. Does this part of him sit on top of his body? I'm interpreting this now as like this is sunken. This like lighter part is sunken into his chest compared to the rest of it. Is this for canvas? What do you mean? I feel like I'm overthinking this more than I usually would. It's behind. Alright, so I'm gonna go up. All of these like segmented pieces I'll stack on top of each other. So I'm gonna take his knee with this part. Did we take his... I'm gonna take this like little green part of his wing. Oh, no worries. Have a good day. Me too. On IG, I've seen you cut it out in one go. Wait, what do you mean? Like you can just cut it out in one go. It's movie magic. Those are highly edited. Definitely. Um, I'm gonna take this foot too. And then line 2 6. Oh, nobody's lying. I thought about cutting the floor out too, like all the individual pieces of like hay, but that might be a big task. It might be too much. Is your gray pad you're cutting on a very hard plastic like one or a softer type? I've been having a hard time cutting like you are with an X-Acto. It's just like a standard like craft mat. If you, it's like a, I don't buy like super expensive ones or anything. It's like a self-healing one. The little metal pieces you're cutting. They're so tiny. But like I posted on the cutting the super tiny ones isn't that hard anymore. The difficult part is painting the edges of them. But it's not really plastic, no. I wouldn't be cutting on like a plastic one. A plastic one would be more for like cooking type of cutting, I feel like. So here's my canvas. Alright. Again, I don't waste these cards. We'll use them in the future to pull other pieces out, but I want to get the main parts out. It has diamond, yeah. Gold infused cutting mat. Super rare. Um, okay, okay. Next, I think I'm just gonna start cutting pieces out. It's very erratic. It's very hard for me to walk y'all kind of through. I'll show you like a I almost said Snapchat, like a snapshot of every piece that's cut out at the end. But I kind of like just bounce around, to be honest. But sometimes you can cut out pieces and leave other parts connected because they'll be overlapped, right? Like I'm gonna take this whole, no, I'm just gonna take this part where this green part is and take the whole blade because we're gonna cut this thin green line out and it'll sit over top of this, so that'll be its like own stack. Anytime you can keep something like connected to the main part, I would. It just makes everything easier to work with. They're forgetting their names. Here. Hopefully in the future I can kind of get like I can announce what cards we're doing, and then if y'all want to follow along you can. How are you deciding what card you want in 3D? I kind of just had this one sitting on the thing and I just picked it. But earlier we were talking about possibly doing like polls for ones you guys want to see. Then everybody can kind of vote on one. And then I'll make those ones on live. I feel like we could probably, if I do one live every Friday, I could probably get out like a card a month. And then maybe we'll just like give them away or something once we finish on live. Can you change? You could just change the whole card. For sure, for sure. I'm basically gonna finish that section really quick. So I'm gonna cut out the next like blade. I don't think people realize how long they take. Um, but if we do like 2 to 3 hours every live, then like 4 weeks we should finish one. Which sounds kind of crazy. But I don't plan on working on this card at all outside of doing it on live. So for everybody that's been asking, you'll finally get to see a card from start to finish. I've been to only finished one. They can definitely take a while. What would you recommend? Just stop. That's a question I get a lot. Like, how many times have I like cut myself? And it's not really that much. And I think it's just because I cut away from myself the majority of the time. I'm gonna take this piece one more time. Yeah. Try to cut away if you can. Yeah, no. Don't do it on your lap. Maybe try one of those like ceramic ones that don't like if it doesn't cut skin. Is that loud, me like putting it on the mat? I gotta be conscious of that. I keep asking him to make one, but he won't. I need to make a video uh, where he like makes one and I show people how to like clean up their edges. Because it's kind of hard, like when people are like, well, how do you get it to look like that? And it's like, I don't know, it just kind of happens at this point. And when he says half of a card, he's talking about like one singular card. Not like half of the entire process. It's okay. Asking, how does one breathe? At this point, it genuinely feels that way. It's hard to... Because I was definitely getting... So, like, in the beginning, when I was cutting stuff, I for sure was getting, like, the little, like, white, like, wispy parts on my cuts. So I know what people are talking about when they specifically ask about that. But it doesn't happen anymore, so I don't know what I did. It kind of just comes with practice, so it's hard to be like, oh, we'll just do this and it won't happen anymore. Do you still paint the sides of the parts after cutting? Yeah, every single piece that gets cut gets painted. That'll probably be in part 2. My plan is to hopefully get all of the pieces cut today, and then in the next part we'll paint everything. And hopefully start building it. The amount of pieces really just depends on how long it takes me to paint all of them. Just be like, yeah, just do better. That's a joke. We're joking. The good news is, genuinely anyone could do what I do. It just takes, you just gotta be willing to put the time in. Alright, so let me show you. This is how I'm like stacking them. So I know like which parts go where, you know? Alright, so... I found an upsetting blade that I forced. Probably the best blade I have used. Super expensive shipping though, for sure. I almost, you knew. I'm not gonna do it. I bet he had to take the... Overnight shipping over the 9 realms is crazy expensive. I can't imagine the tariffs on it either. I just broke the tip off of my blade, which still happens more times than I would probably like to admit. It's stuck in my mat. So it happens. A lot of people ask me that too. How do you get your blades not to snap off? It still happens. When do you decide to add texture, or resin, or lights? I feel like when I initially look at a card, I can kind of like tell if it would look good with it. Usually if it's got water, it's definitely getting resin. Lights are a new thing, so. Hi Poke fam, how are you? I'm changing my blade jaw. Give me 1 second. One second. I'm still here, y'all. Hold on. Sorry. Bet the blade made of obsidian would break. Oh, wouldn't break. Wouldn't break, for sure. Charizard. Alright. I love how Gyarados turned out. Alright, when I take this next piece, I'm gonna take a little bit of his like top torso. So when we stack it, it has something to sit under. Is OP original post? Yeah, I think so. I guess it depends on the context. Original post, original poster. Alright, so this will be like the little bottom piece. Let me show y'all. Yeah, you can. And then this will sit on top. So you need like a little piece, a little bit of that to be under. So you don't see any of the cuts. The most bottom part of his like body, this part, I'm not gonna take because we've already cut that out of a different piece. Now, if I show you all the pieces at the end and you look at them and you're like, oh, I could definitely get these out of like less cards. You can do that. I tend to just hop around, and if it's like a cheap card, this card costs like nothing, then I will I'll kind of just pull what I need out of the card. I'll be watching because I'm learning from my mistakes also. It's the best way to learn, to be honest. When did you notice you were on it? I still see flaws. Like the video I posted today, the Giovanni's charisma. I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm gonna be honest. I see a lot of things that I don't like about it. I haven't seen the post. I was looking at the piece I already cut. Because of how this one is stacked at the angle at which it's stacked, I'll probably have to cut the main part of his blade off of like that main first chunk that we cut. That's a pretty normal thing for artists. You finish your thing and you know something's wrong with it. Yeah. There's some pieces where, like the Squirtle one I recently did, I have it sitting next to me if you guys haven't seen it yet. That one, I feel like it's as close to perfect as I could possibly get. Is there like a type of Pokemon you like working on best? I feel like Pokemon that have a lot of like segment pieces, like a Gyarados or something, super satisfying to cut and put back together. But also can be difficult because if you don't line like one piece up perfectly, it throws the whole thing off. I'm looking, I guess I could explain to y'all what my brain is currently doing. Okay, so this is the first piece that we cut, right? Am I gonna get, okay, wait, oh. His little arm part sits on top of this green, on this green part. My favorite. Yeah. Thank you, Captain, for the $2. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, thank you. So, since it sits on top of it like that, what I'm probably gonna wind up doing is cutting this little part and stacking it so it sits on top. But I'm about to completely remove the bottom part of its blades, so then we can stack these pieces under it. So let's take that off really quick. Because again, if you're able to keep the majority of him attached to like his main part of his body, it makes the whole thing more like stable instead of gluing a bunch of pieces together, like a bunch of separated pieces together. All right, so now we need like that middlemost part, which I will pull out of this one. You ever ran out of cards while working on a project? I was working on a full art Jolteon. And I pretty much was finished. I just had to do the top card. Which is like the last part that I put on. I left for the day. My cat got into my like studio and knocked over water, and it spilled all over my desk, and the top card was completely ruined. So technically, yes, but I've never went into like a project and like messed up so bad that I haven't had enough cards to like fix it. Because anything that's like super expensive, like the super expensive ones y'all see, I map them out before I work on them. And then I follow the map to like a T when I'm doing them. You too, Serious. Bye. Thanks for stopping by. I'll talk to you soon. It's been a while, at least. Like in the beginning, I'm sure I ran out of pieces, but it hasn't happened in a very long time. There was another time too where I messed up the top card of a Snorlax, and it was a reverse holo, and I only had one. But even like the reverse holos, I will I'll order like multiples, like 2, just to have like a backup. If it's because you gotta think like the majority, like 95% of the cards that I work on are like cheap cards. You can get them for like pennies. I started seeing your projects on Facebook a few weeks ago. They're always so cool. The Squirtle. Thank you. The Squirtle is definitely one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites of like all time, I feel like. For the front cover for that, are you going to do the reverse holo? Yes. Yes. Now, what I didn't do, which I probably should have done, but I have like a huge stack of these cards, so I'm not super worried about it. I'll usually cut the top card first, and then I'll line it up. I'll find a back card that lines up perfectly with it, because as we know, the printing is never the same on Pokemon cards. So the very first step I do for every single card I work on is I will cut the top card first, and then I will find a back that perfectly lines up with it. These lives will be available if y'all would ever want to go back and kind of like follow along cut for cut. I'm gonna leave them up. I'm also gonna show y'all like at the end what the entire canvas looks like of all the cut pieces. I tried to walk y'all through the process of every one that I cut. I can't. My brain just doesn't. I kind of just cut whatever. Thank you, Lion. Yes, if you guys could like the live, I'd appreciate it. I'm gonna grab one more so we can pull his like what would that be, his thigh? So I'm gonna pull his thigh and this like light yellow part because we already have his foot out. And then we'll label all the parts and everything. So I don't plan on working on this card at all, not on live. So by the end of this card, you'll have the entire process will be filmed. I didn't take this like lighter part. You definitely could have took it out of one of the other pieces for this blade. I just forgot. So I'm just gonna cut it, this little part out, and add it to my tile. I'm gonna take, no, this is, I was gonna take the wing, but I'm gonna grab a new card. Have a good day, Super Saiyan. What was I doing? Okay, I'm gonna take this wing, but I'm also going to take like this little part of this chest. I love how detailed you get into your work. Another question: have you ever sliced your The only time that I have done that is when changing it. I like 99% of the time I am cutting away from myself. I have, though, unfortunately set it down. I tend, like, most of my things tend to roll when I set them down. I 100% have had one roll right off the desk and land like straight down in my leg, though, which didn't feel good at all. I'm gonna take like this top part too, because you should be able to just stack it onto it. Hospital food always hits different. I hope you get better soon. You can always just slide your blade on these ones. I don't really know why I don't. This is kind of how I've cut since day one. I've gotten pretty good at cutting a straight line though, by just sliding it. Is this still going to be up to watch later? I want to see. Cut the cut cards? What do you mean? It'll be up later though, yes. Sorry. Good thing my kid. I just called my coworker. You're not saying it. That's it. Well, I hope everything is okay. I'll be doing the entire card. We'll do the entire card. I contemplated cutting out like all these little like straw bit pieces. I don't know if I'm going to or not. I love One Piece. How are you? My cuts are always super rough. Yeah, the plan, I'm not gonna work on this card outside of lives. So, they'll be in parts. Like I'll label them like this is part 1, and then next Friday when I go live again, it'll be part 2, etc. So you will be able to go back and watch the entire process get made if you want. I've done One Piece. I just dropped 2 One Piece cards just very recently. Maybe a few pieces, not the whole floor. I thought about doing the whole floor. Is that crazy? I'm good, thank you. Alright, so I kept those together. That's insane. It might take too long. This will sit like this. So instead of having like this one piece kind of just be its own, like whatever, it's connected to like a bigger piece, which helps when you're painting the edges, all of that. If I've been this days too long, it would definitely take a while. I can always engrave them, which is probably what I'll wind up doing. I don't think I'm gonna do a few pieces. I'll probably just engrave this back card. A few stitches waiting that I have to come back to start and get home. Firehouse duty tonight. I don't think I've had stitches since I was like a kid, thankfully. Hopefully not too many. Okay. I need... No, we already cut that out. Okay, I think his head... That seems, it seems like there should be more pieces. Hi, welcome. But here's, so I can kind of show you guys a piece that's been cut to kind of show you what my edges look like now. Let me find one that's like kind of, it's a little busted. So like, there's some like pieces here that I'll need to take off. There's some like whitening here that I'll probably trim off. This foot has a little bit of whitening that I'll trim off. But like this, just having it look like this, I promise y'all it just comes with practice. Like it just takes time. A lot of what I do, is like the pressure at which you cut, the angle at which you cut, and it kind of just comes with time. Have you ever done a Whale Lord? I think in the very, very beginning. I haven't done anything recently. There's that whale, is it... He has a full art card, right? I'd like to do that one. I've made a Digimon card in the past. I have a stack. I have a stack. There is someone that I follow on IG that does really good Digimon cards. Digimon Modified, I think, is their app. If you want to check them out. No, definitely not him. Do you have a video of that Willard or posted it? This video would be like 3 to 4 years old. So I couldn't tell you where it was. It's been that long. How often are ads coming? I don't know. How many are you guys getting? Again, this is my first time going live on the PC, so I don't know. If you're feeling like it's too much, I think I can modify it. Let me know. It would be on TikTok if you're looking for it. I was posting on TikTok way before I was posting everywhere else. Like One Piece. I watched the live action. The original feels like too much. It feels like too much to get into. But I enjoyed the live action. You're subbed, so you don't get them. Like members don't get ads, I don't think. All right, I definitely will try to adjust that in the future. I didn't. Again, we're on a learning curve, y'all. I appreciate y'all though. Whatever it was on is kind of just I didn't touch it beforehand. I figured it was on whatever. All right, we got his head out. They say the One Piece only 4 episodes with better animation. It just seems like it's too much. It's too many episodes. Too many episodes. But if they put out a second season of the live action, I'd do it. I have a bunch of Magic the Gathering cards that I want to work on. I have a few One Piece as well. I guess I could throw a Digimon one in there. It's just been a while. Do a gold One Piece card. I recently posted one. I don't really like when people get upset with me though, as much as I know some of y'all do. It kind of sucks, to be honest. I like what I do, so when people are like being super mean, it kind of sucks a little bit, you know? Alright, this is what we're currently looking like with the cut pieces. I got one piece that flipped over. So this goes here. Obviously, these are the pieces for his leg. Here's like his torso. I'm gonna cut, well, no, yeah, I gotta cut this like middle section, a piece of that middle section. And then that's it for him, I think. So what did that took like an hour? So not too bad. We can get it out of this card. I'll also let y'all know in 1 second how many cards I've currently used. We might do a little bit of resin on the blades too. I feel like making them shiny would add a little bit to it. All right, so currently we have 3, 4, 5. Seven. But again, I could have got some of this out of here, right? I hopped around a little bit. I probably could have got all this out of 6 of these cards. And then I'll also just be getting the rest of the pieces out of the cards that currently, that are already cut. So I'll start pulling out all of the bamboo pieces. I'm gonna leave this one, like a little bit of the border attached to this one. I've been addicted to sticking pieces directly under the top card. I feel like it adds so much. Like same with this one. All right. For any of the other ones that stick above the, they stick like past the border, like these ones and stuff, I'll also leave a little bit hanging off the top, just so I know they stick under the top card. I feel like it kind of just gives it a cleaner look when you can't see where the cut ends. It looks like it's just sticking out from the artwork. What are your thoughts on Yoshi being a Pokemon? I could see it. I could see it. Uh, I'm gonna change this blade again. Um, Definitely plausible, I feel like. He brought up a lot of good points. He took distant cousin for sure. Are you able to throw up polls? Instead of poll going if Yoshi is in fact a Pokemon. He comes from an egg and evolves. Also, he says other things. He doesn't just say his name. I guess that's a fair point. One second now. Depending on how long it takes me to cut out the things, maybe I might also just get the engraving done for the back card. The big one is they're both owned by Nintendo. True. To be fair, I will say this. If Yoshi was a Pokemon, hands down, favorite Pokemon. No competition whatsoever. Just think too, if he was a Pokemon, like you could just ride him around. Bicycle? TM Fly? I don't think so. You just ride Yoshi everywhere. You don't even know how to spell his name. Stop it. Not the shelter slander. No, I know. I know. I feel like he would be like the perfect Pokemon. I feel like Birdo would definitely be like a variant of Yoshi. Kirby, Pokemon? What does Kirby say? He just says his name. Does he even say his name? Birdo would be Team Rocket's Pokemon. I feel like you're not wrong. And I feel like it's the ring. The ring is what gives that vibe. Birdo's got a rock. We basically have to cut all of these pieces twice, too. Those are just Mario's equivalent to Charizard. True. True. I don't think Charizard's inherently evil, though. Did we take this piece? No. Or is Bowser just misunderstood? Neither is Bowser. Peaches are all everyone. Stop. She did not. There's no proof of your accusation, Sarah. She's just clumsy. Has anybody played the new Mario Kart? Honestly, Bowser could offer her so much more. He's willing to burn down the whole world for her. But no, she wants a loser plumber. I don't think she wants to be with Mario either. Why can't Peach just be alone? Why does she... She doesn't need Mario either. She doesn't need a man. Alright, I think I have... Let's count the... I don't know. Alright, we have them all out, so we gotta double stack them. I don't know. I'm basically gonna cut the front half of the bamboo. You could just cut the top part, like for the back, but I want it to stick. I want it to be like thicker the whole way down instead of just at the top. I don't know about his mustache though. Who, Mario's? That man spent his entire life growing that mustache. So let me see if I can show it. This will sit on top of this. I don't even know if y'all are gonna be able to. So it looks like hollow. It looks like there's a piece in front of it. Does that make sense? He says shave it. I think he would look weird. There's got to be a picture out there of Mario with no mustache. I think this mustache suits him well, comparatively to the other option. But I could be wrong. There is, I googled it. I'm cursed forever. See, I told you. It's better with the mustache, isn't it? There's so many weird Mario pictures. Once you've been around for that long, things just get made. Everyone thinks of something. He looks like Fix-It Felix from Wreck-It Ralph. That's funny. Well, Fix-It Felix is like a plumber, kind of. He could be. Don't ever Google. Oh. All right. We're getting close, y'all. We're getting close to having everything cut. Have you left yet? Your safe search was off. Never turn off safe search. Okay, we got that. Alright, sorry, y'all. Okay, I was counting all of the bamboo pieces. How many need? So we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we should have 15. 1, 2, 3. We should have 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 14. We're missing one. There's 5 that need overlapping. We have this one. We don't have this one. We do have this one. Yeah, we have that one. We have that one. It's this one, I think. Yeah, it's this one. You should do a 3D card of Holo. Okay. Hopefully soon. I'm hoping that if you guys enjoy like these once it's fully finished, I'll just start doing like polls for cards. Where you guys can kind of, I'll do like an initial one where everybody can put which ones they want to see get fully made. And then we'll break it down to like 3 of them, and then we'll do like a poll on them. Have you seen the new promo they're gonna release? He's like on top of a building or something. Yes, I love it. It's gonna be expensive. I'm calling it now. It's gonna be an expensive one, I think. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it or not, to be honest. But yeah, it would be absolutely amazing. use Mod Podge to glue the pieces or the clear glue? Both. So like the main bulk of my cards, like the base of a card. So here, let me show you. So like this part, the main like stacked cards, I use Mod Podge on, and then like all of the tiny pieces, I use glue, like super glue. I tested like a bunch. I tested like an insane amount of glues when I first started. My go-to will be Mod Podge every time. Have you done 3D on connecting art cards? Yes. One second, I can show you. I'm currently working on these. You can find all of the videos on my page. I just have the middle one left to finish. We just gotta finish Palace Sand. And then there was another one I was also working on. It's some of the artwork from the tins. I'll do it just like the rest of them. Okay, so this is currently what we're looking like, so I can show you guys all of the cut pieces. This is everything cut. So it's all in frame. So we have all of the bamboo pieces cut, and I'm almost positive all of Scyther is cut. I might cut his eye out on that one. I'm not 100% sure. But these are all the pieces you should have. It took us like an hour 50 to cut those. Nope, that's not math. An hour 20 to cut all of them. So what I'll do now real quick is I'll cut the top card like I was planning on doing. Is the bottom left bamboo in a section though? It looks like you cut the corner a bit. This one? I just cut it where the line is. It's just a white, it has like a white, it's there. It's just there. The green one. Oh, it doesn't have like a top. Sorry. See, it's just like a little piece that's there. There's no like top. You see what I'm saying? I use Mod Podge for the main part of the card and super glue for the small pieces. On average, I use between 6 and 8. I currently have used 7, but I could have got all of these pieces out of 6 if I'm being honest. I just kind of was... I have a bunch of them, so I wasn't really worried about how many I was using. Well, thank you. No, you're good. You're good. Let me grab a ruler. We need a ruler for this. Just did my first one yesterday. Did you have fun? I'm always curious if people's like frustration overcame their like joy of doing it, or if they were able to kind of like enjoy the entire process regardless. Do the angle blades work better? I have a 90 point one. You mean like a number 11 blade? They can all work. There is a video somewhere on my page. Matter of fact, I'll just show you the card. Hold on. All right, so this is the for anybody that's wants to watch this back, and I'll have chapters hopefully. So I'll go in and try to put chapters. Have you ever done an expensive card? Yeah. Yeah, I've done a bunch of them. I've been fortunate enough to do a bunch of them. This was my very first card I ever did. She's rough looking. So I wanted to go back at a later time. This was like, so like 2 years after I made this card, which was like almost 2 years ago now. I used this, I took the same tools that I used on the first one. So I went and got like a blade from the Dollar Tree. And I redid it. And this is what that one looks like. So same blade cut this card and this card. Which was like a number 11 blade. But we even got the little spiel is cut in this one. I even looking at this now, there's so many things I would do differently. I want to kind of do it again. The Dark Magician was insane. Make you did. Oh, thank you. So it's not the blade. The majority of the work doesn't matter about the blade. As long as you're changing them often, then it'll work. I still use number 11 blades every now and then if I have something that's super small to cut. Transfer, yes. I might have to. I think October will be 4 years. I need to do another one just to see how different I would do it. So for me, it's like a feel thing. Once I feel that it starts like pulling, I'll change it. I probably go through like 10 blades in an entire card for like a super detailed one. I think this is my 4th one I'm on now. I could be wrong. Because sometimes I just grabbed another one recently and I just changed it. I didn't say anything. I just threw a new one in there. How many layers do you make the rest of the card to make the inside look 3D? It depends on the card itself. But since this one will just be to create depth, I'll probably use like 10 spacers. I see you're cutting from the top. I think I messed up getting a glass board. You cut your cards on a glass. I would not suggest cutting them on a glass top. I didn't even know that was an option. You want like a self-healing mat. There's a tool list in the description of this video. I'm almost positive I have my mats on there. If not, let me know and I'll add them. I tried to make some 3D cards, but the edges of the cuts are raised. And you can see they have been cut. How do you make them look completely smooth? A dotting tool. Thank you, Atticus. Hello, Atticus Gaming. How are you? Sorry. I wonder if I could pick it up on this one. Hold on, and I'll show you what I mean. I might can zoom y'all in a bit. Sorry if that was wrong. All right, let me bring y'all in a little. That's the wrong way. Okay. So if we take this card, we make 2 cuts. This is what a dotting tool looks like. They have different sized ones, and then you just go like this. See the difference? It's kind of it's almost like magic. All right, now that we have this cut out, you're welcome. Now I'm just finding a back card that lines up good with the top card. As you can see, the printing is, and what this is telling me is the print on the reverse holo is messed up. That's the closest one so far. That might be it. No, that's a reverse holo. So this is it. All right, so now that we have the back card, let me grab it. I forgot the die. These are the ones I use to like engrave with. As you can see, the edges are super tiny on them. These still have a ball on the end. It's just a very tiny one. I don't know if y'all are going to be able to. Let me turn the brightness up on my light really quick. It might help, maybe not. So with this, I would just do like Ooh. You have a band-aid? Alright, sorry. Do you ever get a little mad during live streaming when you have to answer questions? No, I don't mind. I just wouldn't go live if I'm being honest. Sorry y'all. My husband cut himself cooking and he needed me to put a band-aid on. Do we see how like sometimes too I'll just get like we'll just get a little erratic. As long as the lines are straight, like to simulate, you know, like straw or whatever. And kind of just follow the lines of like certain pieces. It's very... Sometimes it's hard for the camera to pick it up. But once you kind of get it going, it kind of all comes together. One day I will cut all of the little straw pieces. For sure. Alright. I think that's going to be it. I kind of want to keep the parts in like right, so you would know like all the cutting happened in part 1 and then the coloring blah blah blah, you know what I mean? So this is all the pieces that we have cut. This is a fully cut card. Well, I guess we could cut we got to cut the pieces for the top card. Props to you for having enough patience. One day I want to. I think it would turn out really good. All right, so this is the current our top card. So I'm gonna get all the pieces cut out for this top card. I gotta cut the air on y'all. I'm so sorry. All I'm in Florida, so it's like 80. No, it's 95 still, and the sun is like going down and it's still very hot. Okay. Make sure you put your bottom card off somewhere so you don't accidentally cut it. I have done that. I've accidentally cut the bottom card before. A dream card? I'm gonna say it, and I don't think y'all are gonna like my answer. Um, it's gotta be the Moonbryon. I want to cut that card so bad. Like that's what I want. I think it would turn out so good. 105, yeah, it's hot, ain't it? I actually think that'd be pretty cool, except it would be very expensive. Sometimes I only use I've only used real cards since I started, and I don't want to change that now. Um, but sometimes it sucks a little bit because I'm like, dang, if I did that, I could just print them, you know? But it's kind of bittersweet because there's cards that I thought, like the Van Gogh Pikachu and stuff, that I never thought I'd be able to work on. And then when I finally was able to, it was kind of like, it was even like cooler because I thought it was unobtainable, you know? It's only worth $5 until it's pulled. True. True. You're not wrong. But I think I've mapped it out and I would need like 5 of them. There's no way I'm pulling 5. I'll do it. I haven't told anyone what it is, but there's a milestone in my head of when I will just buy the cards myself and do it. I cut too much off of that piece. See the little like bit of white? I cut too much off. 83 here. Feels like 96 because of the rain. Oh yeah, the humidity is probably awful too. But I have a milestone that if I hit it, I'll do it. I haven't told anyone what that milestone is, but there's a moment. So if it doesn't happen before then, it's eventually going to happen. So it really, at this point, it's just a matter of time. I think it would turn out so good though. I have like a folder on my phone too of cards that I really want to work on, but they're a little expensive. 116, that's crazy. I'm sitting on 10 of all these guys I refuse to open. Can I ask why? Like, what are you waiting? Is it just specifically like a resale thing? I understand why people hold on to like sealed things, but I couldn't do it. Selling 30 out of pack. Guys, when they did a pop-up event by me, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't think I ever have bought something with the distinct purpose to not like use it. Like, not open it. I think people sit on cards, so when the card goes up, the price take it. So that's what I mean. It's like not opening the 10 packs strictly just for resale. I've always wanted to ask people these questions because usually when I have the opportunity to ask those people, they're usually in my comments super upset with me. So I can't really ask them in the moment. Well, I just came. This selection was very awesome. What kind of glue do you use when gluing everything together? I use Mod Podge and super glue. Super glue for the small parts, Mod Podge for the main part. Pull rates are tough, and yeah, I sealed them in plastic. Gonna hold on for another few years. Understandable. I get it. I couldn't do it, but I get it. But also too, like, I cut up the card, so there's a lot of people that couldn't do what I did. I bet a few tins didn't know they were in there. Oh, okay. Makes sense. You're welcome. We might foil the edge. I've also like engraved the edges before. Maybe we'll do that. I don't know. Many people are selling the prismatic tins. Tins only. You mean nothing in the tins, just the 10? Crazy. That's crazy. I'm sorry, y'all are crazy. I get it. I open newer sets, but if I come across these older ones and I'm able to get at retail, I have put away. That makes sense, I guess. That makes sense. That's crazy. Okay, so that's all of the pieces for the top card. So I think we're good. Did I just, okay, I think we have everything cut. Would you ever do a 3D card divider? I think they're too thick. I've had somebody send me, I don't know what type of cards they are, but they're like anime. There's some anime cards and they're super thick. They're almost like they're the same thickness as those, and I've tried to cut them and they're just too thick, I feel like. Unless I'm thinking about the wrong thing. But they're thicker than the yeah, I think that was them. They're ones I definitely couldn't post about. I winded up not being able to make it anyways, but I was like, you know, I can't post these, right? The card dividers are cardboard, but they're thicker than like Pokemon cards, yeah? Yeah, see, so I think they're too thick. I've always wanted to do like ETB, like the sleeves that go on the boxes. Sorry, we go hard, stop. I was like, this is a little bit too much. I can't post these. I would like to do some of those, but I don't really buy, I just buy singles, so maybe I need to reach out and see if anybody else send me their like sleeves for ETBs. Because some of the artwork on the inside of those would be really good, I feel like. Alright, y'all, that's it. That's it. We gotta end it here. It's been almost 2 hours, which is what I like roughly estimated this would take. We have everything cut. So, next Friday, I think, oh no, we froze. My camera froze. What do I don't know what to do. Can y'all still hear me? All right, the camera froze. I don't know why. Oh, maybe just time? We have to keep that in mind next time. It just cut off. No, I just turned it back on. Like, okay. I have a Surging Sparks part from the ETB. You can see the card. The card's not there. All right, y'all. I'm out. I'm out. We've broke it. It's something I have to keep in mind moving forward. But next Friday we'll be back. Oh, we're back. Okay, so next Friday, I'll be back, and we'll paint all of the edges and get them, like, we'll do the last minute like cleanup. And depending on how long that takes, I thought cutting them was gonna take a tad bit longer. If we're able to get all of the painting and stuff done within like an hour, then we'll start building it. But we'll cut the spacers next time too. But it was good. I'll put timestamps on the whole video for anybody that wants to come back. But I appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all next Friday. Probably same time, like 4:30. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Okay, bye.